Peace and Pan-Africanism from Toronto, Canada. Peace and Pan-Africanism from Toronto, Canada. Peace and Pan-Africanism from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Good Garvey Day to my continental Africans. Good Garvey Day to my Australian Africans. Good Garvey Day to my Africans of Europe and Asia. Good Garvey Day to all my Africans here in Toronto. Good Garvey Day to my Oshawa, Canada Africans. I will see you this afternoon. Good Garvey Day to my Nova Scotia Africans, my Montreal Africans, my Caribbean Africans, South American Africans, Central American Africans. Good Garvey Day to my Texas Africans. I will see you Saturday in Dallas, my Texas Africans. Good Garvey Day to my Tennessee Africans. I will see you Wednesday, October the 9th, at the National Museum of African American Music in Nashville, Tennessee, 6 p.m. for a live taping of It's Up There podcast. If you need the flyers, you know how to reach me, 215-989-9858. If you need the flyers, you know how to reach me, 215-989-9858. If you need the flyers, you know how to reach me, 215-989-9858. Thanks to everyone who came out yesterday here in Toronto at the Real Jerk Restaurant. Great experience, great Q&A, a lot of love. It's good to see all my Toronto Africans after 12 long years. Today we heading up to Oshawa. I'm heading up to Oshawa, Canada for the first time. Looking forward to meeting all my Oshawa Canadian Africans. We will be at the Lighthouse. The name of the venue for today in Oshawa, Saturday, October the 5th, is the Lighthouse, located at 555 Wentworth Street East. 555 Wentworth Street East. That is 555 Wentworth Street East, the Lighthouse in Oshawa, Canada today. The event is from 12 until 8. The Prince of Pan-Africanism will speak briefly and take Q&A at 5. The event is from 12 until 8. The Prince of Pan-Africanism will speak briefly, take Q&A, and of course we will have books. We only have a few books left. We sold most of the books last night. I should have sent so many more. My deepest apologies, but definitely we do have some books left. Tomorrow, Sunday, at the JCA, what we'll do is take book orders, and I will ship the books to Brother Kofi, and you can pick them up from his business. I repeat, for those Africans who come to the main event on Sunday, tomorrow, at the Jamaican Canadian Association, we will take book orders for Black Parent Advocate, The Art of War for Dealing with America's Public and Charter Schools. And what I will do is ship the books to Brother Kofi, and you can pick them up at his store. So today is Oshawa. Tomorrow, Jamaican Canadian Association, 995 Arrow Road. That is also 12 to 8. Dr. Umar also speaks at 5. So I speak at 5 today in Oshawa at the Lighthouse, 555 Wentworth. And I speak tomorrow at the Jamaican Canadian Association here in Toronto, 995 Arrow Road. That is also at 5 o'clock. I received a good question this morning from one of my good brothers in Phoenix, Arizona. Shout out to my Phoenix, Arizona Africans at? We got any Arizona Africans on there? I have to start spending a little bit more time in Arizona. Okay. Turks and Caicos. I can't wait to get back to Turks and Caicos. I'm overdue for my third visit to Turks and Caicos. Anyhow, the question that was posed, I'm going to read the question and answer it. I only have a few minutes because I have to go to an interview. But I want to answer this because it was a good question, and I think everyone will benefit from the answer. So where is it? Here we go. Dear brother, I just finished watching your interview on the Donnell Rawlings podcast. In reference to what you said about white people never giving up their privilege, I'm interested in your thoughts on the Quakers, abolitionists like John Brown, those that were part of the Underground Railroad, the many that died along with blacks during the Civil Rights Movement, members of the Weather Underground, and the White Panthers. Okay, to my knowledge, and I can be wrong, although the original Black Panther Party had solidarity struggle with Caucasians, I do not believe, I'm almost certain that the late great Dr. Huey P. Newton did not allow Caucasians to join the Black Panther Party. I'm almost certain of that. To my knowledge, there were no Caucasian Black Panthers. Now, my Black Panther alumni elders, they can speak to that better than me because they actually lived and struggled through the Black Panthers. But to my knowledge, the original Black Panthers did not allow Caucasians within their ranks. So that is the response to the Panther aspect of the question. As far as the Weather Underground goes, the Weather Underground were opposed to American imperialism. They were opposed to American capitalism. That does not mean they believed in equality between the race. This is where a lot of American Africans get confused when we talk about white liberals who quote unquote struggled for our freedom. When we talk about Caucasians who struggled for black freedom and justice, you need to understand something. Wanting a group to be free, seeing slavery as wrong, seeing Jim Crow as wrong, does not mean I believe in equality. It's no different than when a Caucasian fights for animal rights. They fight for the right of animals not to be mistreated. Does that mean they believe the animal is their equal? You mentioned the abolitionists. The abolitionists, the white abolitionists who fought against slavery, were some of the most racist Caucasians in the country. Let me say that again. The white abolitionists who fought against slavery were some of the most racist Caucasians in the country. These same abolitionists did not allow black people to join them. The white female abolitionists would not let Harriet Tubman join them. The white female abolitionists would not let Sojourner Truth join them because they thought black people were still their intellectual inferiors. I need y'all to understand this. You also need to understand that many of the Caucasians who fought to end slavery did not fight to end slavery for benevolent reasons. They wanted to end slavery, the women, because they got tired of their men sneaking off to have sex with black women, creating all these mixed race children. They also feared that too many black people were coming into the country. They feared the rising influence of the black population. They didn't want black people around them. There were very non-benevolent, selfish reasons for why Caucasians wanted to end freedom. And these same Caucasians, when freedom came, what happened to the abolitionists after 1865? That's the question that nobody wants to talk about. What happened to the abolitionists after 1865? Have you noticed? You don't really hear about any abolitionists helping any black people do anything after the 13th Amendment. Why didn't these same people who fought to end slavery, why didn't they fight to help us get education, jobs, housing, protection from the Ku Klux Klan? Because they didn't care about black equality. They didn't care about black justice. They just didn't want us around them. It's the same thing, white people living in the suburbs. White people living in the suburbs, and they see too many black people moving into the suburbs. You understand me? So they will fight to improve the quality of life in the ghetto so black people will stop moving out into the suburbs. They don't care about equality. They just don't want you around them. So please understand, most white abolitionists were hypocrites. They did not allow black people to join them. Please study the relationship and the conflict between ancestor Frederick Douglass and William Lloyd Garrison, the father of the American Anti-Slavery Society. Please study the relationship and the conflicts between the Honorable Frederick Douglass and William Lloyd Garrison. William Lloyd Garrison hired Frederick Douglass to speak about his life as a slave. He wanted Frederick Douglass to speak about his life as a slave. When Frederick Douglass decided that he was tired of talking about life as a slave and he wanted to advocate for political abolition, freedom and justice for black people, he was scolded by William Lloyd Garrison and told to stay in his place. He was scolded by William Lloyd Garrison and told to stay in his place. When Frederick Douglass separated from William Lloyd Garrison and started fighting against slavery on his own terms, publishing his own newspaper, William Lloyd Garrison attacked Frederick Douglass. He attacked Frederick Douglass because even though he wanted to end slavery, he did not think black people were his intellectual equal. The same abolitionists who fought to end slavery are the same white people who fought for the Jim Crow laws. The same abolitionists who fought to end slavery are the same abolitionists who fought for Jim Crow laws. Two things can be true at the same time. Two things can be true at the same time. You can want slavery to end and still believe black people to be your inferior. You have white people today who fight for prison abolition. You have white people today who fight for prison abolition. Do you think the white prison abolitionists want black people marrying their daughters? Do you think the white prison abolitionists want black people living in their neighborhood? Do you think the white prison abolitionists believe that black people are their equal? Stop confusing one fight with another. We think that every time we see a white person do something good for black people, that they believe in equality. No, they don't. All white people believe in white privilege. All white people want to protect their white privilege. All white people want to uphold their white privilege. You also mentioned John Brown. On October the 17th, we will celebrate the almost eclipse of Dangerfield Newby, the black man who was the first to die for John Brown in the Harper's Ferry Revolt of 1859. John Brown was without question a revolutionary. But John Brown, like Che Guevara, in my opinion, still believed in white superiority. Why do I say that? Do you know that before John Brown died, he requested that the whites who joined him at Harper's Ferry be buried at his farm in North Elba, New York. He made no such provision for the blacks. Let me say it again. Before John Brown was hanged, he made a request that his white soldiers be buried in North Elba, New York, with him. But he did not request that the black men who died for him also be buried in North Elba, New York. John Brown also did not believe in interracial dating. The point that I'm making is that although John Brown gave his life to end slavery, he still did not believe black people to be his equal. He still did not believe black people to be his equal. Yes, he did some benevolent things. Yes, he was against slavery. But at the end of the day, he did not believe in racial equality. We need to understand this. And stop bringing up John Brown without bringing up Dangerfield Newby, whose eclipse will be on October the 17th. Stop bringing up John Brown unless you're going to bring up the first man to die for John Brown. If you're going to bring up Shields Green, the second man who died with John Brown, or you're going to bring up John Anthony Copeland, who died for John Brown, or you're going to bring up Osborne Anderson, who was the only black man to survive the John Brown raid, and are you going to bring up Lewis Sheridan Leary, who died for John Brown? You have 5 black men who struggled with John Brown. You have 1 black man who died for 5 black men died for John Brown. 5 black men struggled for John Brown. 4 of them died. 1 of them survived. 4 of the black men who struggled for John Brown had their lives taken. 1 man escaped. But y'all keep talking about John Brown. When we going to talk about Dangerfield Newby? When we going to talk about Shields Green? When we want to talk about John Anthony Copeland, when are we going to talk about Louis Sheridan Leary? We always want to praise Caucasians and ignore our own people. I have no problem respecting John Brown. I have no problem respecting any white person who stood up for black people in any capacity. But I have so many black heroes I don't even know yet. I have so many African heroes I don't even know yet. There's so many great Africans who lived. I have no time to worship and praise the member of another race until I have properly praised all members of my race. This is what we call Pan-African fundamentalism. This is what we call Pan-African fundamentalism. I am an African fundamentalist. I will get around to praising Caucasians when I have praised every African freedom fighter. When I know the name of every African who fought for slavery, when I know the name of every African who resisted the slave trade, when I know the name of every African who was lynched and killed and martyred in the cause of justice, and then I will go cry for John Brown. Until then, don't come to me with no white heroes. I don't have white heroes. All my heroes are African. All of them. You also brought up those who were part of the Underground Railroad. There were a lot of white people who helped us on the Underground Railroad. That doesn't mean they thought you were their equal. After slavery ended, what else did they do to help you achieve equality? After slavery ended, what did the Underground Railroad white people and the abolitionists do to help you achieve equality? Nothing. Nothing. They freed you to get you the hell away from them. They freed you to get you the hell away from them. Remember, Abraham Lincoln did not issue the Emancipation Proclamation to free Africans. Abraham Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation to destroy the unfair economic advantage of the Confederacy. Slavery was ended to destroy the unfair economic advantage of the Confederacy. Slavery was destroyed to end the unfair economic advantage of the Confederacy. Abraham Lincoln said, if I can save the Union and not save a single slave, I would do it. Abraham Lincoln, go read his words. He said, if I can save the Union and not free a single slave, I would do it. And if I have to free every slave in order to save the Union, I will do it. My interest is not slavery. My interest is the preservation of the Union, brothers and sisters. You talk about the few whites who died for black people, that's true. A white man was hanged for assisting blacks on the Underground Railroad. A white woman was killed during the Civil Rights Movement. A white pastor was murdered during the Civil Rights Movement. You had a handful of whites who died for blacks. You did. They didn't die on purpose. They died inadvertently. And I have no problem respecting those Caucasians whose lives were lost in the furtherance of black justice or freedom. But that does not eliminate the fact that 99.9% of all other Caucasians, that does not eliminate the fact that 99.9% of all other Caucasians, that does not eliminate the fact that 99.9% of all other Caucasians were 100% invested in our oppression, our slavery, our dehumanization. Today, 99.9% of all Caucasians are committed to the subjugation, marginalization, and extermination of African people. So don't give me 5 Caucasians who died and think that's going to distract me from the millions who don't give a shit. Don't give me 5 Caucasians who died to somehow try to psychologically disarm me against the fact that most Caucasians could care less about black justice, and no Caucasian believes in black equality, because if you believe in black equality, you cannot believe in white privilege. If you believe in black equality, you cannot believe in white privilege. If you believe in black equality, you cannot believe in white privilege. So, I hope that answers the question. If you took a picture with me yesterday at The Real Jerk, please text me the photos. I took some photos with some beautiful African queens yesterday here in Toronto. I took some photos with some beautiful African queens yesterday in Toronto. Please text me those pictures. WhatsApp or regular text is fine with me. WhatsApp or regular text is fine with me. 215-989-9858. 215-989-9858. Nashville, Tennessee coming up Wednesday. Dallas, Texas coming up Saturday. Nashville, Tennessee coming up Wednesday. Dallas, Texas is coming up Saturday. If you come into Dallas, Texas, we will be at the Hyatt Regency at the DFW Airport. The Hyatt Regency Hotel at the DFW Airport for the United Black Contractors Founders Day Banquet. United Black Contractors Founders Day Banquet, Saturday, October the 12th, 6 p.m. at the Hyatt Regency, DFW Airport. If you need tickets, go to contracts at unitedblackcontractors.com. Contracts at unitedblackcontractors.com or 682-224-9600. 682-224-9600. Dallas, Texas, Saturday, 682-224-9600. Nashville tickets, 470-519-4361. Nashville, Tennessee, National Museum of African American Music, Wednesday at 6 o'clock. So Nashville is 6 o'clock Wednesday. Dallas is 6 o'clock Saturday. Nashville is 6 o'clock Wednesday. Dallas is 6 o'clock Saturday. Tickets for Nashville, 470-519-4361. My number, 215-989-9858. If you need tickets, hit me up, +1 215-989-9858. Oshawa, Canada is going down today, 12 to 8. Dr. Umar at 5. 555 Wentworth, the Lighthouse, King Kong pulling up.
I'm on my way to Oshawa, family. I'm on my way to Oshawa. Oshawa Africans, hold on. King Kong is coming. Oshawa Africans, hold on. King Kong is coming. Oshawa Africans, hold on. The Prince of Pan-Africanism is definitely pulling up in Oshawa. I got some food vendors in Oshawa. I got some food vendors in Oshawa. My Oshawa, Canada family. I got some food vendors up there. I'm on my way. I'm not sweating African. I just got out the shower. Stop looking at the moisture on my skin. We need testosterone tablets. We need testosterone tablets. Stop looking at the moisture on my skin, family. I don't feel comfortable about that. We need testosterone tablets. Oshawa, I'm on my way. Tell all my Oshawa queens, don't move. If you a black queen in Oshawa, Canada, and you ride with Dr. Umar, you better not go nowhere. I want my hug. I want my pick. I want my butter almond hug. I want my sweet brown sugar hug. I want my cinnamon hugs. I want my nutmeg hugs. I want my butterscotch hugs, my peanut butter hugs. Don't you go nowhere. Oshawa, I'm pulling up. Sister Kiera, tap in one time. Sister Kiera, tap in one time.
Yes, yes.
Peace, peace and
I'm
love.
waiting for you. Can you hurry up?
Oh, y'all at Oshawa now, sweetie?
I'm waiting, man. I'm waiting. I have to order some
I'm waiting
food.
on my
You're waiting on your ride? Oh, we can't hear.
Oh, we can't.
and sisters out there and all the queens and kings.
Yeah, we're waiting for
Oshawa,
you.
don't move. I'm coming, ladies.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
coming.
Yes, we're back.
Tell the
We're waiting
people
on you.
I'm coming. My
We're
ride
all
pulling up
Yeah,
right
we're
now.
waiting, brother.
all
We're
waiting
I'm
on
waiting.
you. Family here, we're waiting
We're
on you.
waiting,
So
man.
get here.
Black queens forever, snow bunnies never.
Yeah,
Fellas, hold the
Black
queens
queens,
there.
nobody's never.
Fellas, hold the queens there. Don't let them leave. Don't let them leave. Don't let them leave. I'm on my way, y'all. I'm on my way.
All right.
All right, mama. All right.
Peace and Pan-Africanism. This is Dr. Umar Tunde, the Prince of Pan-Africanism, coming to you live and direct from Toronto, Canada. I'm in the Jane and Finch Mall right now, you feel me? And I'm with my brother Kofi, Culture Power. I'm about to let him speak to you about what he got. Y'all need to pull up. Once again, I'm at the Jane and Finch Mall in Toronto, Canada. Dr. Umar, come through. I'm at the Culture Power Station with my brother Kofi. We're going to holler at you one time.
Peace, peace, peace. Peace to Pan-African, Doc. I really appreciate it. But this is what it is, yo. Jane and Finch Mall, we got it all sewn up. The authentic, traditional African merchandise, straight from Ghana.
Oh, look at the Black Panther.
We're doing everything, all West Africa, Senegal, Ghana, Benin, Togo. We got the shea butter, we got the black soap, African-inspired jewelry.
Wow,
It's mad. So when you get a chance, come through and check it out.
Indeed. Tell them your hours.
Every day, from mall opens to mall closing, we're here 7 days a week.
All right. And if they need to reach you, let's say they want to see if you got something, how can they hit you?
At culture.power@hotmail.com, or you can link me at 647-919-046. I'm in the mall every day, Jane and Finch.
Got you. Y'all see what he got? He got whatever you need. You need that shea butter, African bags. You need the jewelry,
We got the brass
the
jewelry.
bracelets, and stuff coming to you from all over the continent. Oh man, that's a nice little Ashanti head there. Yeah. Check it out. He got the rings. Oh man.
This is a small sample. It's only tip of the iceberg.
Okay, you got way more than this.
Oh man,
This is some nice stuff.
Bring everything out, but we just taking
Oh
it
man.
one step at a time.
Ooh, the lion.
Right? We got the flag bags.
We got whatever y'all need. Pull up season.
Canada.
Jane and Finch Mall.
Custom-made Air Force.
Get out of here.
Custom-made Air Force and Converse.
Get out of here.
Converse All-Star.
What sizes you got them
I'm going to get you a size person. Don't worry, I got you. What size you? 13?
13.
I'm going to hook you up. Don't worry.
Get out of here. Y'all see that? I ain't never seen that. He got the custom-made Air Forces in a kente. Y'all see that? I ain't never seen that right there. That's new there. That's new. You the first I seen with that, bro.
Listen, man, it's original.
You the first I seen with that. So y'all better come on through. Y'all better pull up. We here. Culture Power Station, Jane and Finch Mall. You feel me? We got the custom-made Air Force Ones with the African print. Y'all better pull up. He's here every day from mall open to mall closing. Oh man, I ain't never seen them. You got me on them. You got me. Let me see.